Live. So people who want to see Rey Mysterio know to tune in on that show and watch it. They've built no stars to put on that show. It's literally just fucking floating in the island. It's like an island of misfit toys. It's just fucking floating there and existing. So I think that might be the reason why they're missing out on the opportunity to get better ratings.
But Halloween Havoc 98.
Well,
really?
Well,
what the fuck was on that show?
It doesn't matter. It's a matter of the listeners. So these places are like, oh, I got to relive this.
I listened to it. I didn't want to go back and watch it.
Oh, I watched it all the time.
After I heard that Mayhem podcast, holy! I was thinking right in the middle of the night saying this Mayhem pay-per-view sounds one of the worst pay-per-views I ever heard.
Oh my god, was that Disco Inferno versus Evan Courageous?
I don't even care about that. That's Luger versus Ming and Sting versus Bret Hart.
Luger versus Ming is a main event in any fucking building ever.
What was the main event of that pay-per-view? Goldberg?
Yeah, no, it was Benoit versus Hart, because they were in Canada.
I thought it was Sting versus Hart.
No, Sting versus Hart was... No, Halloween Havoc was Sting versus Hart.
I don't think so. No, it was Sting versus Bret. That was for the title. It wasn't
Benoit. No, because I remember hearing something about Benoit and Hart over there because they were in Canada.
That Sting did the job for Hart, and nobody gave a fuck. The crowd was chanting Goldberg sucks.
Yeah, they were doing that, but no. Where was it? Then
it was Sting Bret. Sting did the job for him because he said.
Right, but who did Benoit work then?
Was it Eddie?
I don't think so, man. I'm gonna look this up, so bear with me. Nick Sprung says, "What about Austin Aries?" Austin Aries is fantastic. He's amazing, a wonderful fucking performer. The issue being is, are you gonna say that Austin Aries?
Riley. That was the end of it. YouTube even took that video. They hide that video. It's not me doing it.
Austin Aries is wonderful, but I don't think you compare Austin Aries to a fucking Cena or Reigns or these guys who name value alone runs the fucking, runs a show. I mean, people aren't tuning in droves to see Austin Aries. It's unfortunate. He's amazing, but again, it's not the matter of the name value. It's just what it is. The main problem I see is they have to wrestle WWE style result matches and slow and not entertaining to watch. Well, Vincent, I mean, if you had to wrestle every night, you'd probably want to slow it down. It's not like the indies where I wrestle fucking 2 times a week and I could recuperate for 5 fucking days. These guys are on the road every fucking night, wrestling every fucking night. So yeah, they gotta slow it down. They gotta take it a bit easier. Plus, it's TV. If you go out there and you blow your load on TV, what are people gonna pay for the pay-per-view? This is psychology. This is why we do what we do, and you guys are the paying customer.
Who said that?
Vincent Polizzi. Hold on, what was I looking up?
Mayhem 99. Sting and Bret was
Mayhem 99.
Because they said that Luger came out and hit somebody.
I just cursed out a fucking lady from UPS and I'm searching Mayhem on fucking my phone. I want to fucking get a call from the FBI in about 10 minutes. The fucking matches. They don't have the matches here?
Should scroll up a little bit. I should.
These venues, man. Here we go. Mayhem 99. Bret Hart versus Chris Benoit. I was right, you fuck.
No, but it says go.
Mayhem 99.
Keep going. The Bret and Sting did wrestle on there though.
Maybe there were still 2 matches. Let's see. Mayhem 99. Here we go. Let's see. Results. But yeah, Benoit wrestled twice too. He beat Jarrett. Oh, it was for a tournament. Benoit beat Jarrett. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm...
Jeff Jarrett is terrible.
Continue, Joe.
And you know something else? I was listening to another podcast, Bruce Pritchard's something from the wrestling, and I went back and I listened to the TNA episode. TNA never knew what the fuck they were doing. Just spending money to spend money. They're talking about all these MMA guys they were bringing in, and there was no payoffs or nothing.
Let's go through the rest of this card only because Joe was saying this is the worst ever, and I might have to agree. Evan Courageous with Medusa. You know, there's an Evan Courageous.
They buried Evan Courageous on the show.
Oh, he was doo-doo. He was doo-doo. Fucking, there's an Evan Courageous out of Long Island, too, Joe. Did you know this? I was on a show with a guy who introduced himself as Evan Courageous, and I looked at him and giggled, but he was totally serious. Guy with glasses, a black trench coat, and jacked up fucking teeth. Motherfucker looks like he chews rocks. And he proposed to his girlfriend in the middle of a battle royal that they were having at this show. And the crowd was chanting, "Say no." So that's how over this fuck was. Anyway, Evan Courageous defeated Disco Inferno.
I don't think Disco was a bad worker.
Dog shit.
You don't like him?
Dog shit. Did you know there's his 2 famous fucking ideas for wrestling? The Invisible Wrestler, he wanted to put on shows. And Bill Ding.
Bill Ding.
Bill Ding.
Like the Ding Dongs?
No, Bill Ding. Big building.
Oh.
He was a big guy. Like a building.
Like architect? Like architect.
He was an architect gimmick, exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
This goes geniuses. Do I believe Mahal was pushed because of his look? Yeah, and his fucking skill. If you look like a fucking main eventer, why wouldn't you be in the main event? Again, why we do this. And y'all are fans. Or not y'all, just that guy. Norman Smiley defeats Brian Knobbs. Norman Smiley was the only fucking entertaining thing at this time, for real. That guy was the best. But Brian Knobbs, not so much. Have you seen the picture of Knobbs' butthole?
Yes.
Wonderful stuff.
Take it in the ass.
Oh my god, it's cavernous. I can fucking fit 2 fists in there. 2 thumbs up there like the Fonz.
Right, keep going.
The Revolution, Saturn, Malenko, and Asia. Gee, I wonder where they got that idea from. Defeated the Filthy Animals, Guerrero, Kidman, and Tori Wilson. Wow. Buff Bagwell defeats Kurt Hennig in a retirement match. Which Kurt Hennig obviously didn't retire.
They were saying, they asked Tony on the podcast, they asked who was a bigger name in WCW. It was Bagwell. I mean, Kurt Hennig of all time, but as far as WCW.
Bagwell was a big deal. You can't deny that. Bret Hart defeats Sting. Vampiro with Jerry Only from the Misfits, my favorite band, defeats Berlin. Now, I had fucking 1 or 2 meetings with Jerry Only, just like fucking going to shows, and he bought me and friends of mine cheeseburgers at one point, which, Jerry Only from Misfits is awesome. But I think I'd asked him about that, and he was just like, oh, it was just, a chance encounter kind of thing, and they wanted, they did something with ICP, and then they didn't have a fucking band, because, the shit with ICP shit the bed. So they wanted a fucking band to come out with Vampiro, and the Misfits were putting out records at that point. And, Sweet Christmas. I mean, that's fucking cool watching Jerry and Doyle, who look like wrestlers, big fucking jacked up dudes, get fucking slammed around by like Dr. Death and shit. It's fucking hilarious.
Death fucked them up.
Oh yeah, he did. Well, it's understandable. But Jerry's always been a really good dude in terms of anyone saying anything about him. Mick Foley has a lot of good things to say about Jerry Only in his book. Said that he brought meatballs to a fucking movie shoot. It's a big tram meat. Hey, you got meatballs. He's an Italian fella.
Really?
Yeah. Siafa, I think is his last name. Something like that. But yeah, big Italian family. Anyway, Ming defeated the Total Package. Not even going by Lex Luger anymore in 5 minutes.
No, Lex Luger was on some serious case at that point. In 99, 2000.
Hold on. Joey B says, say it again.
Luger was on some serious gas at that point.
Luger was on serious gas always, yes, motherfucker.
But he looked phenomenal in the late 90s, early 2000s. Phenomenal. Like, he looked almost like Scott Steiner. Better than Scott Steiner.
I don't think better than
Scott Steiner had an arm, but he didn't have everything. Luger was
peaks for my freaks. That guy was fucking injected steroid into his brain.
He looks terrible now.
He's on TNA now. Scott Hall defeats Booker T for the U.S. and World Television Championships.
Yeah.
David Flair fought Kimberly Page to a no contest. We're already on 10 matches on this pay-per-view. Goldberg defeats Sid Vicious in an I Quit match. I believe they said
beat him with a body system.
Yeah. And then Brett defeated Benoit in fucking almost 20 minutes.
Was this after Owen died?
Yeah, I think so. 99, so it makes sense.
Well, that was the same year he died. I just don't know what part of the year it was.
No, this is before.
It was before? Okay.
Because he took the time off and then came back and did that,
the match against Benoit.
The match against Benoit, yeah.
At the same building. The thing is, WCW had loads of talent, and they just didn't know what the fuck they were doing with it.
Yes and no. Because I think they
fucking... Tell me they didn't have loads of talent?
Okay, at this point, in 99...
Bret Hart?
Okay, Bret Hart, yes.
Scott Hall?
You have... Yes, but you're missing my point. You have... Bret Hart was the main event of the show, so you can't say shit. Benoit, main event of the show. Fucking, the Revolution, all those guys featured in the main event. Filthy Animals all featured in the fucking big match. Scott Hall was fucking hard to work with at this point and all that. But then you're like peppering the rest of the show with fucking Kimberly Page versus David Flair.
I'm not talking about this pay-per-view, I'm talking about in general.
But this pay-per-view is a reflection of the time.
Kevin Nash wasn't on the show. He was there. Ric Flair
right, but Kevin Nash at that point wasn't... Give me one good thing Kevin Nash did in 99.
DDP?
Again, one good thing that he did in 99.
Nash. These are still big names.
Right, but it's a matter of what their output was, and Nash wasn't giving a fuck at that point. DDP, make a point. Macho was still around at that point?
I don't know.
But then again, like fucking Evan Courageous and Disco Inferno and fucking how many of these...
Jeff Jarrett, big name.
All the fucking Raws that they fucking, I mean, the Nitros at the time were like peppered with like fucking Joe Gomez and fucking Cyclope.
Well, you had a 3-hour show.
Right, but that's the problem, is don't fucking have a 3-hour show. I mean, no, that doesn't make any sense. It's dumb for me to say, because it's fucking, you're getting
Can I get off before
advertising.
Just in case I have to?
Yeah, and just sail along the fucking service road here. Yeah, no, it's, I don't know, man. Steiner wasn't doing much. I mean, he was, a big deal at this point, but like...
Scott Steiner was like their main heel.
Right, but in terms of match output, he couldn't do shit anymore.
He couldn't move.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a long way from the fucking...
Booker is a bad motherfucker at this point, though.
But it was a long way from the Steiner brothers, the collegiate.
Oh my god, those are the best. Yeah, this was, this is Mayhem 99. What matches did you do commentary for on the podcast? That show?
Ultimate Warrior vs. Hogan?
That was 98.
Oh, this?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did any.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I know I've talked to the Revolting Blob, L Shoes, Maximus Sex Power, whatever he's going by at this point, quite a few occasions, and I've talked to CPA, infamous wrestler from the Northeast indie scene. And we all happen to be fans of the really awful wrestling of WCW in '99. Although CPA does like the awful wrestling of WCW prior to this, he's a huge Alex Wright fan. Huge Alex Wright fan.
Why?
I just think because he thinks Alex Wright is a fucking goof. He quotes that
There's
fucking...
so many other goofs.
No, but that guy was...
entertaining.
Right, but that guy was a foreign goof. It's different.
I guess. You ever seen Kai Tai?
No, but they could fucking work their asses off, though. Kai and Tai. Alex Wright, not so much. If you want to know what the Germans are about, pick me, and you'll have a wonderful victory. A promise! Joe has no idea what I'm talking about. If CPA is not watching this. Anthony Tarantino, I remember the terrible hardcore division from WCW 99. Yeah, who was in that? It was fucking Smiley ran shit. But it was Hardcore Hack, which was Sandman. You had Raven. You had Chastity, which was Raven's, like, flunky girl.
I think she's from Staten Island.
She was trash enough to be from Staten Island. Bam Bam was in it. Fiddly they fucking put in that division.
One of the Nasty Boys.
What?
One of the Nasty Boys.
Yeah, Knobs. Terry Funk eventually joined in on it. Ming.
He was a champion. He left. I'm not losing it.
Fucking no. The best thing about that, dude, if you watch Terry Funk versus, I think it was Spring Stampede '99. It's Terry Funk, who is my favorite wrestler of all time. An extreme, like an insane legend of wrestling. The guy pretty much invented hardcore, and he's wrestling Norman Smiley. Norman Smiley, he can't find him.
Which way am I going here?
You're taking the normal way you're going. Same way, and then you just, cut across. Norman Smiley is, like, hiding on, like, a fucking pipe on the ceiling, and fucking Terry Funk has to fucking beat him with things to have him fall down.
Shit?
Russo! And then Ralphus gets involved. Remember Ralphus?
Yes.
Ralphus was my favorite thing in
Is he still
WCW.
alive?
Probably not. Ralphus, I think, was my favorite WCW thing at the time because it was just the dumbest shit ever, and he was a big fucking fat guy with no teeth who wore a half shirt. Jericho and Ralphus might have been some of the most entertaining shit of '98, in my opinion. Anybody who remembers Ralphus, please fucking chime in, because my God, that guy needs to go in the Hall of Fame today. I miss Ralphus. But yeah, please go back and watch that match. Spring Stampede '99, I believe it was. Terry Funk and Norman Smiley.
Can't imagine why this company went out of business.
Oh, it was dog
I really can't imagine why.
shit. Dog shit, man.
But the thing is, they were still filling up arenas, which is sad.
But because wrestling was so popular then, dude, you could literally put dog shit versus dog shit, and they were like, I gotta be
But
there.
they were giving away tickets for free.
They were away a lot.
I know one time, I think it was Flex, Boogaloo, and Bobby, they got tickets to Nitro out in the Nassau Coliseum. They said somebody was giving away tickets at like a path mark.
Yeah. They fucking papered a lot of those fucking seats, man.
Well, Raw definitely didn't do that.
Raw did for a bit too, but not entirely.
I've never heard that about WWE doing that.
Because they won the war, man. Winners of war is right history.
Yeah, but you hear it as it's going on, before.
I think Raw was. I've definitely heard things about Raw doing it not to any. Not to the same degree, but definitely like papering seats. But yeah, Raw was definitely a superior show. But then again, I go back and I watch the Attitude Era Nitros and Raws, and I fucking hate it. It's bad. It doesn't hold up It's literally like 1 minute of wrestling and then like